Treyarch is next in line to keep the Call of Duty wheel turning, so it's time for more Black Ops. The third installment in the series about dangerous tech and government conspiracies has refined nearly every aspect of what makes Call of Duty so satisfying. Whether you're curious to see where the story goes, if the new specialists and movement abilities affect multiplayer in a positive way, or how many zombies you can eliminate before you get devoured, Black Ops 3 will keep you busy.
Am I dreaming?
Well, let's say you are. Why not just go with it, right?
There are 11 missions you can play in or out of sequence. Later missions initially appear grayed out, but you can choose to unlock the whole campaign if you don't mind spoilers. Before missions, you can navigate a private HQ that changes location throughout the story. You can access your character profile here, updating your appearance and achievements, or customize your weapons and special skills before deployment. For the first time in Call of Duty, you get to pick your hero's gender, and women play a much larger role in the campaign compared to previous years. You can play the campaign solo or with up to 3 other soldiers, another franchise first. NPC leads will still address you as if only one person is in the room, but multiple co-op characters will show up in cutscenes on occasion. The areas are expanded in all directions compared to the Call of Duty missions that you're used to. The zones are not too big to manage by yourself, but with just one extra player, there's room to flank the enemy from the side, below, or above. In a later mission, we disembarked from a fighter jet to activate a terminal while our 3 compatriots stayed in the air and supplied cover with heavy machine gun fire and missiles. The narrative of Black Ops 3 plays on your expectations and takes its story to strange places that you might not expect. It's rewarding to see the narrative start at one point and end up someplace completely different. Brief nods are made to Black Ops 1 and 2, but 3 is still a self-contained chapter for those that aren't caught up.
One thing at a time, Hendricks. One thing at a time.
Right. Let's get to work.
As one of Call of Duty's new futuristic soldiers, your campaign superpowers are split into 3 cyber cores, and you can only pick one per level. One lets you hack drones and robots, one suppresses your opponents, and the last creates chaos in the battlefield. Playing co-op means you and your teammates can balance each other's core choices, and replaying missions lets you see which ones are valuable in certain situations. When you finished all 11 missions, you unlock Nightmare Mode. It replaces human enemies with Treyarch's brand of zombies, and the narrative with a B-movie sci-fi plot about a global zombie epidemic. Nightmare missions feel kind of thrown together as the narration doesn't keep the scenes from feeling recycled, but the concept is so silly that it stays fun. Nightmare Mode isn't a replacement for the full Zombies campaign, which Treyarch has brought back for a 4th run. This year's Zombie Challenge takes place in the back alleys of Morgue City in the 1930s. It stars Neil McDonough as a crooked cop, Ron Perlman as a washed-up boxer, Heather Graham as an exotic dancer with blood on her hands, and Jeff Goldblum as a magician who's run out of tricks. The environment is fun to explore, but the real satisfaction with zombies comes from its difficulty. It's easy to get surrounded, and the team that fights together survives together. The voice acting is also worth a few laughs, as characters have individual reactions to each other depending on who you're playing with. You can get hooked on finishing Zombie Mode and play the campaign twice if Nightmare Mode entertains you, but the real progression in Black Ops 3 lies in the multiplayer. The most notable change this year is the inclusion of specialists, 9 elite soldiers that you can level up and customize. 4 are available for starters, and 5 others open up as your profile rises in rank. When you pick a specialist alongside your loadout, you can choose their ability or weapon, but you can't choose both. So you can select Ruin's gravity spikes for hardpoint mode and search for clusters of opponents to drop in on, or pick his overdrive ability to get a speed boost for capture the flag. You spend coins you earn while leveling up on securing new specialist options, weapons, attachments, score streaks, perks, and wildcards. The Pick 10 system returns, giving you lots of leeway in sharpening your playstyle. Black Ops 3 multiplayer has many hills to climb if you're aiming for prestige and beyond. The good news is, multiplayer is better than it's ever been in the series. A huge emphasis has been placed on agility, picking up moves from other popular shooters and applying them to an updated parkour system. You can do flashy stunts like running on walls, but the important aspect is you're always in control of your aim when doing it. Whether you're sliding into cover or vaulting through a window, you can keep shooting in all directions. A vertical boost returns from Advanced Warfare, but the new system drains a meter instead of giving you 1 or 2 extra bursts. You can use it just to correct a mid-air misstep, or survive a long drop by tapping it before you hit the ground. Waterways are now open for swimming, which is intuitive and allows for 360-degree aiming. With the jetpack charged up, you can pop out of water and surprise your opponents. The list of multiplayer modes includes classics like Domination, recent additions like last year's Uplink, and newcomer Safeguard. In Safeguard, one team protects a robot that moves across a set path on each map. It leads to heated exchanges because everyone knows where they need to be. It's just a question of whose firepower prevails. There's a lot going on in Black Ops 3, and all of it is a blast to play. The campaign is one of the weirdest in the franchise, and the scenarios are fun for one player and even better with 4. Nightmare mode gives the campaign greater staying power, and Zombies has such a great style to it that you might get swarmed while staring at the scenery. The movement upgrades in multiplayer make navigation fun and unpredictable, and testing out each specialist adds a brand new layer of interest to the leveling process. This doesn't feel like a conclusion to a trilogy. Black Ops 3 is its own game and the most robust offering in the franchise this generation. All the new talents don't feel like tricks to keep fans occupied until the next installment. They're essential refinements that speed up combat and give players even more chances to show off. No matter which path you choose, you're going to have a good time.